Every year they say we're never doing it again. We're never doing it again because we basically lost tons and tons of money, right? But they can't, they're trapped now, they have to do it every single year. And it means that, you know, you compare it to all the other ones, they always make loads of money, there's loads of people like way skimming it off the top. But up here it's all about the music and it's all about the crack.
Over 6 years, Tea in the Park has become something to do, not just to listen to. Scotland's biggest outdoor musical event pumps almost £3 million into the economy. During its short 2-day life cycle last year, its 95,000 population was 19 times greater than its permanent neighbour, the Perthshire town of Kinross. Tea in the Park attracts big bands, Blur, Manic Street Preachers, Massive Attack. Its township also attracts beings from planet Good Times, for whom the best weekend is a lost weekend.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, I can't really see anything, Cedric can't see himself.
More art to follow actually.
We're from Banbury.
And we're here to have a good time. Oh, what a mad one.
We set off yesterday at 11 o'clock from York.
We're from Anstruther in Collinsborough.
I'm here for a great weekend! What a weekend!
I'm here for a great weekend.
You better believe it, man. You better believe it. Yeehaw!
I think each festival has to represent the culture of the country or the area that it is. And a successful festival is one that does do that. I mean, this isn't Glastonbury, that isn't overly laden with political with a small p. You know, it's about music, it's about good time, and it's sponsored by a brewery. And to be quite frank with you, that fits more with the Scottish psyche than certainly the English psyche. People here give it a right good go, and again, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's all down to the people who come here. And we just try and listen. We've done surveys, try and listen to hear what they want and try and get it better and keep on tweaking the detail. But no, it's the people that make it, no question.
I'm number one, so why try harder?
The people make Tea in the Park a success. In return, Tea in the Park can make people stars. Unsigned hopefuls Stylus Automatic are leaving Paisley for the Tea in the Park site on a former airfield. They're hoping to be cleared for takeoff to rock and roll fame. Travis made their name here. Can Stylus Automatic?
Let's rock.
There are hundreds of people from record companies here, so it's a good chance to get seen. You never know. So the best way I can think of is to get bands who are raw, you know, give them a chance to actually come to Tea in the Park, at least come in for nothing and have a good time, and a chance to play to lots of people.
Stuart Clumpus knows what it is to climb the ladder of success. He began booking student union gigs from a rented backroom in a Dundee nightclub. Today, Tea in the Park's success has placed him on the music industry's global stage.
3 hours. Right, leave it with me, Derek.
It's the one opportunity where we really get to create as concert promoters, as event, and we become event organisers. We decide what the site looks like, what the stages look like, whether we put a screen here, whether that tent goes there. And yes, we book the bands, and the bands have a say, but really within our slot, and that's much more fun, and gives us much more chance to create.
Thank you, you've been a lovely audience. You've been a lovely audience.
A lovely audience, able to see and hear 100 bands on 6 different stages, camping safely on 89 lovely acres. This is the work of an unsung backstage army of 3,000. Tea in the Park is a year-round planner's nightmare that reaches its annual climax in a frantic 2.5-week burst of construction.
My role is to work the logistics for putting this show on this ground. fence lines, the structures, the main stage, generators, the plumbing, everything basically that's the mainstay of the festival. Okay, you let me know what you need then and I'll wing it in. The main stage is twice the size that we've had at Tea in the Park before. That's a week in the building.
Just do 12.
It's got a 20-ton load on the roof and it is big.
Try to get it.
Typical little hiccup. We found out the other day that we possibly didn't have enough steel shield, which is what we call that the perimeter fence. And there's a big panic for a day trying to find another 200 metres. We've just found it, so we can close the fences tonight.
The only problem I've got is stage drinks, which isn't anything to do with you, is it?
Well, it probably will become something to do with me.
Well, it will.
I'm responsible for the production. So for all the stage managers, production manager, all the technical things that go on the stages. The decision as to who to issue which passes to, liaison with emergency services, security, dealing with Perth and Kinross Council, the recording media. What else do I do? It is stressful, I'm not going to pretend it isn't. I suppose we thrive on it, really. Otherwise we wouldn't do it.
You have to cut the corner, I think.
He said 180 metres.
And we've got 190.
Yeah.
10 metres to spare on the fence.
In black for Bill Nicholson.
The doors have been open for an hour. It's complete chaos backstage, and in about 45 minutes it'll all calm down and it'll all run like clockwork. That's because I'm believing in 3/4 of an hour it'll all calm down and it'll run like clockwork.
Campsite wristbands. Without these, the show does not go on.
My name's Yvonne,
I'm Maggie.
and these are all our friends from East Kilbride. We're all from East Kilbride together, apart from one, Gav with the blue t-shirt on, he's from Falkirk.
Hoping to see tons of good bands, hoping to have a total riot and experience some of this tea that's apparently in the park.
I want to get pissed, really.
Basically, in a nutshell.
It's just a brilliant atmosphere. I mean, everybody's dead friendly, and you always end up partying with, you know, people you don't know and stuff like that, and everyone's willing to say hello and all the rest of it, so it's brilliant.
It's a Scottish thing as well, like, because this is the only, I think, Scottish big music festival. So I mean, it's great, just a couple hours up the road, and we down to Glastonbury, we were driving all night, and we got there like,
Knackered.
yeah, we get here and we're ready to go.
Meanwhile, ready for fame's swings and roundabouts, Stylus Automatic find the performance entrance doesn't yet bear their name in lights above it.
Look for the production car park.
Joke's a joke, mate.
The only problem I've got is basically getting the band here and getting them on stage, and that's it. The rest of it is all by the by. And they're here.
How come we travelled out here on a 15-seater minibus instead of a tour bus? You know who we are, Armando? What you've let yourself in for?
Right, the scenario was we played King Tut's, right? And King Tut's says, right, you're in a tea break. So we're in a tea break for Green Up and we won that.
That was it.
Straightforward, that.
Aye, that was about it.
Don't repeat it, Kirsten, don't repeat it. The Roots, I missed them at Glastonbury.
Gomez as well.
And I'd like to check out Mogwai because I've never seen them, but I've heard a lot about them.
Definitely want to see Gomez.
And we'll definitely be going to see these guys.
We always say this, definitely see this person, definitely see this,
never
definitely
do.
see this. We never end up seeing any of them.
The
Fun-loving
Roots
criminals as well.
Aye, fun-loving criminals. We're going to see them,
Definitely.
definitely. We're going to have an absolute riotous weekend.
Don't be scared later on. I hope we don't frighten you.
nothing but a smile. And that gracious, yeah, I make some blueprints. Now my mind breaks and conditions. Best wishes, yeah, I'm vicious, but here I am again, like CNN. On the road again. Now come on, stick 'em up, punk, it's a fun loving criminal. Yeah, stick 'em up, punk, it's a fun loving criminal.
The music is not my type of music, but we're having 7 grandchildren, I've got to put up with it. Normally these fields would be growing barley, but we have put them into grass, pure and simply for tea and park. And the way farming is at the moment, it's a better paying crop with tents than it is with barley.
I love you! I've got an 8-man tent to myself. 8-man tent to myself. Yeah, so farming. Where? Oh, we can't show you that. Whereabouts?
We were worried the first year when it started because, you know, we're hemmed in with all these kids, and of course you always think the worst, and it's just not fair because they're great kids. They're super.
Oh, higher strap now! Oh, God. That's my pal, by the way, with all the spots.
I think that is the big thing about this festival, enjoyment.
There's a unique Scottish culture that comes out. Our audience is one of the best in the world. You know, people here know that bands, you know, have to travel to get here. We are on the periphery of Europe. We're at the edge of Europe. It's much easier to get people to go and play in Geneva and Munich than it is to get them to come and play here. And I think people know that, so people go that extra mile.
And they've just been wonderful to us. Can't thank them enough.
Scotland's always had a real soft spot for us, to be honest with you, and they've always given us incredible support.
Oh, aye.
No, yeah, definitely.
It's like putting on the trainers that you wore for 23 years, the ones that fit you the best and the ones that feel the best in your feet.
A little bit smelly.
They're a little bit smelly. A little bit smelly, but that's part of the charm.
Ah, vi sitter! Vi rår för hits! Yeehaw,
When you take into consideration that the vast majority of people that are attending the site probably fall in an age group maybe 16 to 22, and when you look at the campsite that can house 30,000 people, that's significant. That's actually a small town that would have quite a number of officers looking after it.
Well, we're just making sure everybody's having a good time and they're not getting too drunk and enjoy themselves. It is good humoured at the moment, but there's a few people drinking heavily, so we've got to keep an eye on that. But yes, I'm sure it'll be a success.
Success means different things to different people. For 95,000 folk in the fields of Ballado, it's hoping the toilets hold out.
What are you doing on that? Don't. Who's asked you to do that? Who? All right. It's a great adrenaline rush. It really is, especially when it's going well. And like, even though I must admit that when things go wrong, so long as there's nobody hurt, and you know, it's just if a water bursts or water main goes or a Toby goes and you get it fixed, you think, oh, great, you know, we finished that, we've done that.
As evening falls, our punters take in the ambience with their fellow revellers, whilst our band, Stylus Automatic, are roaming the backstage gloaming of VIP hospitality, rubbing shoulders with the stars. Shouldn't they be tucked up quietly in bed with a tasty mug of cocoa? Or is it true the Rock and Roll Dictionary has no entries for quietly, nice and cocoa? How will their big day dawn?
We all face the same way. Still it takes all day. Take a look to my Pick out the worst and their best. She paints her lip greasy and thick, and now the mirror stare, and she's going where? Another office affair to kill an unborn scare. You talk dirty to a priest, imagine him an analyst. But is she running away? Start a brand new day. Is she going home? Or is she driving alone?
Well, it's tea time Saturday. We're all hot, wet and tired and dusty already. We've already seen over 150 patients. They're unfortunately related to the rigours of campsite life and excess of alcohol, I'm afraid, but thankfully nothing too drastic. It's been a pretty safe tea in the park so far.
Ain't it a crying shame what the world coming to?
Oh, mate! You got a film crew and everything, mate. Look at it.
Help me! He's away!
Right, where are we so far on day 2? We are now at a situation where we're halfway through the festival. It was a sellout yesterday, and it is effectively a sellout today. So once again, we will have a full house with a site occupancy of around 50,000 people. In terms of arrests, I think it's now 16 is the total arrests. The majority of those are for relatively minor matters, although 1 or 2 are for drugs offences and have been made by our colleagues working in plain clothes.
What was I up to last night? I ended up on a blur bus. I think it was a blur bus. I walked into the bus and there was hundreds of lager everywhere and we ran out of beer. And it was all the crew members downstairs and I was straight upstairs. There was people in bed. It's quite smart, these buses. You should get one, Armando. And I'm back down again. I was like, any chance of a beer, lads? And they're like, no. I shouted to Alan. He stumbled down, he's a beer. I'm like, what the fuck is it? And that was the end of it. That was our experience in the blood bus. Rat bags wouldn't even give us a beer, and minted as well.
My head's a bit sore today, but I'll need to play a bit quieter. I'll just get them to turn it down a wee bit.
This isn't good with a hangover. It really isn't any good at all. Not really working that well now. Just one leg off. They just don't stay on anymore.
Morning, afternoon. Absolutely bloody wonderful.
No problem so far.
Not at all.
We're expecting any?
Of course not. The sun's out.
The sun is out, and so are another 50,000 people, working their way through a brewery full of lager and a herd load of burgers. Watch out below.
Went to the wrestling centre, we were like dancing for ages, it was brilliant.
And I came back and passed out.
So it's some of Blur as well, just the last like 3 songs or something like that. The toilets are holding out quite good.
Yeah.
Quite impressed by
impressed
that.
with the toilets this year.
We always get a good welcome here. Started off in Scotland a lot, just doing small clubs and stuff. So in 3 years we've gone from playing down there to going quite high up the bill. So it's always nice to come back up.
We tried hard at Glastonbury and Glastonbury eventually enjoyed us. But this crowd wouldn't have to make any effort. They were, like, piggyback straight away.
We're brought in specifically to cater for the artists and some of the key crew, such as the production crew. And we've probably got around about 1,200 people throughout the day. We've got a night shift on, preparing for the next day. We buy all the food locally. We bring all the equipment and hire in what we need. We also look after all the dressing rooms, of which we have about 40. We've got 3 people specifically sorting out dressing room riders, getting all the things that are difficult to get.
T-shirts to herbal drinks to vitamin drinks, lots of ice. Everyone loves lots of ice, you know. Full shake cans of beer, 2 bottles of champagne of a certain brand, 4 bottles of vodka, a bottle of gin. I mean, it could be anything. Chewing gum, cigarettes, lighters. Really, you have to think of everything. This is for beautiful South, and I think we'll probably be finishing about midnight.
Even your granny would stay up after midnight sampling Key in the Park's music menu. Oasis were here. Rock's next big thing usually is. From Britpop to hip-hop to big beats, it's a musical melting pot.
I think the festival's a mix. The only thing we don't have, which I quite like, is a sort of world music kind of acoustic tent. But it doesn't seem there's that much interest. You know, I'm 40 and I like that, but then again, the bulk of the people here are 18, so, you know, I listen to the 18-year-olds. Dance is a very important part of it, and the dance tent is good, and I'm quite proud that we've got a good dance tent. Better than the English festivals, no question about it.
Away from the dance floor, in the traditional guitar band corner, our hopefuls, Stylus Automatic, prepare to meet their first festival audience.
Serious for me, it doesn't really need to be that serious for them, although they've worked for it. And the past month and a half, they've worked hard, you know what I mean? Their sound's good, the lighting's there, the sound guys there, everything's cool.
This festival's renowned for promoting new talent, but even if well received, our boys recognise they still have some work to do.
I think we just have to wait and see and find out, you know, you can't really tell if anything happens after this. Might as well just play it, and if somebody's there that sees us, then fine, if not, then it's always something behind us.
This next song's called The Man from Chicago.
The gig went magic, enjoyed it. Everybody was getting right into it, the crowd were up for it, which helps. I met some girl who was fronting herself as an A&R, but I think she just wanted me.
Got a gig in Barrel.
We've got a gig in Barrel, aye. Gig in Berlin would be tremendous. Everybody's dreaming it.
It's the next big step, Berlin. Now we're going to get smashed, have a good time, get loaded, have a party. Aren't we, Jamesy? Teams he's going to...
No, I'm just going to him.
Tea in the Park has become a home from home for many, like our East Bride posse. We lost them in the park, but wherever its staging takes place next year, they'll most probably be there.
We're just coming up for about just over 400 patients. We've seen injuries, we've seen diarrhea and vomiting, we've seen sunburn, and we're all getting to the stage where we're needing a pint of lager and a bath.
I don't relax until Monday. I get very, very, very nervous, to be blunt. I don't particularly like it. Well, I'm not bothered if things go wrong, but I really want everybody to go out with the same amount of parts of the body as they came in with. I don't really care if they don't like the bands, to be honest with you, as long as they go and say, even if it's like the bands were rotten, but hey, what a right good weekend. It's a public festival, it's for the punters. Paying customer, punter.
Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Trouble-free, we've had no problems from our side of things at all. Everyone seems happy, and I haven't heard my name much on the radio, so I'm cooking.
Rocket, see the fast rocket! Right up the Mondays!
Girls and boys, park ride. Bravo, we loved it, we loved it.
Fat Boy Slim, main man.
All right. All right. I had a great festival. You still in an interview?
No, we're not.
I had a fantastic festival. It's the best festival ever.
Stylus Automatic left in the same humble van they arrived in. Should they eventually graduate to their own well-stocked tour bus, Blur will no doubt be barbed.
BBC. Totty TV? No. I'm the man you're looking for.